Welcome to Free Beer Friday, powered in part by Classic of Dent.
Oh, the cameras are on. Hey, guys. Welcome back to Free Beer Friday. I am your host, Ben Easley of The Bearded Monk. Where's the logo? There you go. Right there, Bearded Monk. With me today, Sweet Doug. Sweet Doug from St. Arnold.
Yes, very sweet.
Yeah, you're our man, our St. Arnold man up here.
That's right.
You take care of us.
That's what I like to do.
Yes. And I guess we're hanging out talking.
Yeah.
But there's somebody else. We've got Colin. We've
Yeah.
got Colin down at the brewery right now at St. Arnold's. Let's see. Oh, we can see Colin now. Look, that's Colin right there. Am I pointing right? Right there we go. Hey, Colin. Everybody can see you now.
Hey, guys.
Man, it's been a lot of fun. So for y'all out there in Radioland, you don't know, but there's a lot that goes into the behind the scenes of this show. And we've gotten to hang out and chat with Colin for like the last hour while he's hanging out at the brewery down in Houston. What should we talk about now that the lights are on and the cameras are going? I guess we should. Colin, how'd you get your start down there? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about you for a minute, man.
Yeah, so I started at St. Arnold in June of 2013, so it's been over 4 years that I've been working here. I haven't always been a brewer. I wasn't born a beer brewer. When I went to college, I studied biochemistry and genetics, and found out that was not a life for me. Ended up studying abroad for one summer in London and fell in love with cask beer. And I think we'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show. But fell in love with cask beer. Came back to school in College Station. Found a local craft brewery called New Republic and started interning with those guys. Basically scrubbing a lot of floors and pouring beer, which was a pretty sweet gig. and then ended up deciding that the biochemistry, genetics, lab life wasn't for me. And even though I'm sitting in our lab right now, see, this lab is way more fun. There's actually, you can see over my left shoulder here, there's a Batman Forever poster. So we don't take ourselves too seriously.
That sounds like punishment, dude. That sounds like serious punishment.
Yeah. Well, we're all really big fans of Seal. Maybe you've heard of him, but Kiss from a Rose sometimes plays on repeat for hours.
Oh,
I personally never heard that before.
Are you serious? Dude, I'm going to send you videos. I want to give a shout out to our customer Faraz. If Kiss from a Rose comes on our sound system, everything stops and Faraz starts singing it. And it's beautiful. And Faraz, I love you, but you are tone deaf. And it's amazing. It is so amazing. So we make it a point as everybody enjoys their night and it gets later in the night. Some bartender will pop on Kiss from a Rose so we get a little more entertainment. So that is awesome.
I look forward to it tonight then.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We'll have some fun with this. We'll have a lot of fun with this. Okay. So anyway, we're getting some background. We get to see a little bit of the yeast cultivation lab.
Yeah, so we're actually propping some, you can kind of see a shaker going on in the background there. We're propping up some funky yeast, so look forward to that, maybe in a small one-off barrel batch coming up sometime soon.
Ooh,
so
yeah, nice. Some deliciousness back there. Well, what do you think about doing a walkthrough? I mean, if you're down there.
Yeah, Let's do that. So I'll swap the camera around and start out and show you guys the brew house. Can you see everything?
Oh yeah, we got you. We totally got you, dude. This is awesome, guys out there in Radioland. Here we are. We're getting a back house tour here. This is awesome.
So let me. I'm gonna come to our brewhouse computer here and turn on some of the lights inside so that maybe you guys can take a peek. Probably won't get to see this on a normal tour. So.
Oh, this is awesome, man. Well, thanks for doing this for us.
Okay, so we got the lights on in the vessel, so can kind of swing you guys by here. You can see our mash tun inside of our mash tun.
Oh, that's awesome.
So do you want me to talk about our brew house or kind of give some history on the brewery, or what are you guys interested in knowing?
Man, I think everybody loves history.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially of somebody like St. Arnold.
Yes.
Yeah.
So some cool history. The brewery's been around since 1994. And I'll switch back here for a minute. So the brewery's been around since 1994. It was founded by Brock Wagner. He is still our founder and owner today. We moved to this building that we're sitting in right now in 2010. The part here where you see the brew house and then the tanks in the background here, this was all new build out that we had for this building when we moved in. Everything awesome. Here, and you can see we have a lot of people here today watching the Astros game on the projector.
Oh, the Astros! Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't plug your second-rate team. Come on.
We are kind of in the World Series, so
Yeah, it's a big week for us.
Yeah, there's something going on down
it's
there.
It's a big
right
week.
So nobody even knows what you're doing right now, do they?
What's that?
Nobody even knows what you're doing right now behind this
window.
window.
They're looking at me walking around with my phone up, just pacing around inside of here. Yeah, they're probably like, this guy shouldn't be back there right now.
How do we sneak back there with that guy? Okay, so anyway,
so that part of the building is over 100 years old. It's actually served a lot of purposes in its lifetime. Most recently, it was the Houston ISD Food Prep and Cold Storage Building. So if anyone out there had the opportunity to go to any HISD schools, all of the grayish mashed potatoes and steamed spinach and whatever that other stuff was, that all came from this building actually for a pretty long time.
I think you've got a lot of mad drinkers out there now. Like, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Come on. So anyway, it was a pretty prime location for us because we were able to kind of take over all the cold storage. And as you know, beer needs to be kept cold, and it kind of worked out pretty well for us. So it's kind of cool to actually have this piece of history with us. Building's been, has been a lot of different things throughout its life. I heard it was a burlap company at one point, and then was a grain holding facility at another point. So it's kind of cool to have that.
It's gone full circle.
Have that history with us.
Nothing's sexier than burlap. I'll say that right now. Yeah.
Nothing sexier than burlap.
Dude, and I love seeing this is a great work environment. Talk about some open room for activities.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, most definitely. So when we had less tanks in here, and hopefully our owner isn't listening to this, but we would throw the Frisbee around downstairs when we had less tanks.
It's not Brock I'm worried about. OSHA now all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There is a disc golf clause in the OSHA regulations, from what I understand.
And there you go.
Right. If you have enough space, you should play. I think that's how it goes.
Nice. Well, so what else should we have? What else are we looking at?
Okay, so I'll show you here. So these first three kettles, so from your right, the first three, these kettles were actually bought from a monastery brewery in Bavaria.
Right.
They had been brewing beer since 1286 AD. And it was kind of their rich tradition in brewing German-style beers that inspired us to make a lot of beers in the same way. So Fancy Lawnmower or even Summer Pills, these beers kind of really hold true to German tradition, and we kind of take inspiration from that. And you can see on the wall here, and this is our pat on the back wall. And as you may or may not know, it's growing by the minute, like it feels sometimes. But we actually got a couple more medals a couple weeks ago at the Great American Beer Festival. So We're really pretty honored to be able to, share our beers with people and bring back medals and show that we put a lot of hard work into it. But anyway, there's a plaque here in the middle, and this is from the Monastery Brewery. So yeah, it's kind of a cool piece of history. These first 3 kettles are actually they were produced in the 1980s, so they're pretty old. We actually had to have a special company come in and retrofit kettles with all the automation and stuff to make it actually work for us.
Nice.
Which makes me kind of wonder if it didn't have automation before, were they just kind of stirring these giant kettles with wooden paddles at the monastery, or what were they doing? I don't know.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a good point. Because how big are those kettles? Like, what's the volume on that?
So we call these 136 barrel kettles. So we can put out, we typically put out about 145 to 150 barrels on each batch. So that's roughly 4,500 gallons of wort per batch of beer.
How do you even stir that wort? That's ridiculous. Like, okay, so you guys out in Radioland, you've stirred like a meringue for 4 minutes and your arm's tired. Yeah, this is unfathomable. How would you do that?
Like a giant pot of soup, porridge, it just,
or
even worse. And going back to Pumpkinator, Pumpkinator is one of the biggest beers that we brew on this brew house, and even the automation kind of struggles a little bit.
Against all of that? Well, yeah. So you mentioned Pumpkinator. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because we're doing, tonight after the show, we're doing the 4-year vertical tasting of that from 2014 to 2017 back at the Beer Bar.
Sure, yeah.
Let people know about
Pumpkinator.
Yeah.
So Pumpkinator initially was a Divine Reserve beer. So our Divine Reserve is a series that we typically attribute to like high ABV, high gravity beers. So we've had Belgian Golden Strong, our Atom beer. We've had barley wines in the past, Weizenbachs. So really typically high alcohol beers. We brewed this Pumpkinator, I believe it was in 2011 was the first time. Maybe Doug check me on that. But we brewed it for Divine Reserve. People loved it so much that we said, we got to make this a year-round release. And so now we brew it every year. And this beer is just like, it's like punch you in the face flavor. So our goal with this beer is really to make like a liquid pumpkin pie. So when we get down to our wort kettle, and I'll flip it around here. So our wort kettle, the kettle all the way at the very end, we add roughly 2 pounds per barrel of pumpkin pie spice, or pumpkin puree, and then we'll do 4 ounces per barrel of pumpkin pie spice. Yeah. And then later on, we'll add even more pumpkin pie spice after fermentation. So it's just tons and tons of pumpkin. And the cool thing about this beer is that when you have it fresh, it is so much flavor up front, but I tend to like Pumpkinator as it ages. So you guys are doing a vertical tasting, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah, we've done that for the past, this will be the 3rd year for Nortex Beer Week that we do that 5-year flight or 4-year flight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I find that I like Pumpkinator after about 2 years.
Right.
That's kind of where the spices start to mellow out a little bit. They seem to kind of blend a little bit better with the sweetness of the beer, and it's not so aggressive spice-wise up front. But it's kind of cool to just taste through the differences there, and it's definitely a beer that changes with time, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, that's been a lot of fun to try this as it ages. Mm-hmm. So the idea with a vertical, guys, if like what Colin's saying, if this beer changes over time, you get this snapshot all at one moment of what this beer can taste like when it's 4 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old, and right now, right? Yeah. So it's a lot of fun to tell how different this thing becomes. Oh, and where are you now? Is it getting louder down there?
Did we lose you?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see us?
Yeah, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Right on.
Sorry, I thought you might have been breaking up for a second.
So where are you now that we're breaking up? What's going on down there?
I'm just in the brew house right now, so
Oh, right on.
maybe getting some bad connection. I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, so what should we look at next in the brewery?
Yeah, so let's. I'll walk you guys down to our fermentation cellar, and we can kind of walk through all the shiny silverware and talk about some of the stuff down here.
Gah! Look how freaking big that is. This is amazing.
A few tanks down there.
Oh, just a couple, right?
Just a couple.
Just a couple. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We lost Colin.
It's that dead corner.
He got into the dungeon of the...
There he is.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
No
Can you hear
worries,
me?
man. Yeah, we can hear you. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Perfect.
All
Right
right,
on.
we're back. All right.
Oh, we lost you again, though. I think you're in a dead spot, man.
Yeah, you got to go down the stairs in its little
Oh,
corner of the brewery.
Yeah, so you're sandwiched in between steel and brick.
concrete, yeah, absolutely.
This is crazy. Dude, to see those freaking tanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is massive.
See,
Absolutely
they
massive.
keep me away from that area. They're just like,
What?
you stay upstairs.
You can't go down there and play?
No, they tell me stay away.
Oh, see, that would be so much fun. Yeah, I would have way too much fun in
Yeah,
that area.
absolutely.
I mean, well, you start like taking pinches off the bright tanks as
Yeah.
you go. That'd be a lot of fun. Well, so what are we drinking? We've been talking about Pumpkinator, but what are we drinking right now?
Right now, we're drinking my personal favorite beer, Art Car IPA.
Boom. Why is it named Art Car?
Well, because
You like that? You like that lead in?
Yeah, I like that. So all of our company cars that the employees drive are art cars. Everyone is painted, hand painted by local artists down in Houston to represent our beers.
Dude, I did not realize they were actually hand painted.
Yes, every
That
single
is
one is hand
freaking.
painted.
When we went out to your car before we came out
Yeah.
here, I was like, man, that's a really good wrap. They got a lot of. Wait a second, no, that is rough. Somebody painted this thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
A graffiti artist down in Houston created this can who painted my car. And then we have another artist. She paints all of our other cars as well.
That is so freaking cool, man.
Yeah,
That
so-
is so cool. Now this good tasting IPA.
Yeah, it's
Super
fantastic.
light, a little citrusy. Yeah, I like this.
Like I said, personally, my favorite beer that we make. It's our #1 trending beer in the entire state.
Nice. Right on, right on.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of, like, you can get it across Texas. Where can everybody find it up here?
So there's a few places. Midway Craft Mart, Midway Craft. They do a lot
Midway
of our beer.
Mart, Craft House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has multiple locations. Oak Street, Hickory, all the places over on Hickory Street, Oak Street. They have our beers. You guys carry our beers.
Right on.
So we have our
I'll be
root
back.
beer. Uh-oh.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah, we're talking about where to. Hey, everybody's watching where the beer's made. We were talking about where to find it in town now. Oh,
Can you guys hear me?
can you hear me? If I start
Yes.
talking? Okay. Yeah, we're talking about where to find the beers right now. And, you know,
Okay.
we're talking about our beer, too. I saw you, you pointed, and there was a beer in your hand. What are you drinking right now? What are you drinking while you're doing this interview?
I'm drinking 5 o'clock pills, a brewer favorite. This is this was kind of a dream beer for our owner Brock. It's kind of so his favorite beer is Pilsner Urquell from the oak
Classic
casks.
Czech pills.
And
Yeah.
this beer is kind of his ode to Pilsner Urquell.
Oh, that's
So-
cool. That is
Yeah.
really cool. Wait, what? Yeah, Houston's on the same time zone. Are you still working and you're drinking? Is that how this works in the brewing world?
Meh. I mean, if you call this work, then yeah, I guess so.
Well, you guys are all over the place time-wise, right? I mean, you can have a brew day
Yeah.
that lasts until 5 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So we like to say it is 5 o'clock somewhere all the time. So,
Whenever
Yeah,
the brew day
currently,
finishes, it's
we have
happening.
shifts that run from 4 a.m. to noon to 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. now, and then 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So it could be, you know, you could walk into a shift and the first thing you do is have to taste a beer. And, you know, that could be 5 o'clock in the morning. That could be, you know, 8 o'clock at night. You never know. So.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, and you guys put out so much beer. Yeah. You've got to go constant, right? Well,
yeah.
So where are we now? What are we looking at?
So we're walking through what we call our
I
tank
guess I
farm.
should look
So
down
these
at
are all
this.
of our fermentation vessels. So this is essentially where the beer gets made. We take our wort from our brew house, the sweet sugary liquid that has hops in it. We add it to our fermentation tanks, and you can see here they have cones at the bottom of them. We're able to collect our yeast from each fermentation and then reuse it for each fermentation that we do. So sometimes we can reuse our yeast up to 15 generations or so, and that's only for one lineage. So we get quite a lot of use out of our yeast. So when we add yeast to a fresh tank, then we add our wort, and then fermentation begins. And you can see here we have an Art Car IPA.
Hey!
CO2 is coming up over the top of the tank.
Oh, I killed mine, though. I'm sorry. I was drinking mine too fast.
It's really hard to drink that beer slow.
That is the truth. Man, that's easy stuff. Dude, how big are these tanks? These fermentation
So these
tanks?
are 240 barrel tanks. We usually put in about 290 barrels. So that's a double batch on the brew house.
That is crazy. That is absolute crazy. And you're telling me all of these things are full right now?
Yeah,
that's
pretty much. I
wild.
think we have maybe 2 open right now. And that's just so that when we start up on Sunday night that we have tanks to fill.
God. So wait, what's next? What are you guys brewing up for the next round?
So new brews on the horizon, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What's happening?
it's funny that you asked that because we actually have quite a few new brews that we're working on next week. So next week we'll be brewing Divine Reserve. DR18. I'll give you a little tidbit of knowledge that probably won't make its way out on the official PR report, but we're calling it among the brewers the Bane Stout. So
Bane Stout.
just let that sink in, and you can maybe contemplate what that may mean. But it's going to be a really high gravity stout, the highest gravity that we've worked with, and we're employing a lot of new techniques to try to get even higher amounts of alcohol out of this beer. So we're really excited to start working with this beer, and that should, from what I've heard, be coming out around February, like our typical Divine Reserve releases. So we're really looking forward to that one. And then we also have our Icon Blue that we'll be brewing. This will be a milk stout with we're working with a restaurant here in Houston called Ugo's, and they make this hot cocoa apparently in the restaurant that they use these giant hockey pucks of chocolate, and it has all these spices and stuff compressed into these massive hockey pucks.
That's
And
crazy.
we'll be adding those to our milk stout, and that will be coming out as our Icon Blue next year.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
what are we looking at?
Really excited about
March-ish for that one?
I'm sorry?
When are we looking at the Icon Blue? Is that also going to be February or March? Or?
You know, I can't really speak on the release date for that, but
Okay.
I believe it will be next year.
Just keep your eye out and buy
Yes.
it and chew on it when it shows up.
Yes.
Fair enough. Dude, what can you tell me anything about those barrels? What's going on over there?
Yeah, so also with new brews, this beer has already been brewed, but next week we'll likely be racking our Texas Honey Saison. So maybe some of you guys were familiar with this Icon Gold that came out last year.
Yeah.
We pulled off a small amount of that beer last year and put it into Chardonnay barrels, and we added Brettanomyces, which is a funk kind of souring yeast. And then
Yes.
added, we actually hand sliced 250 pounds of Texas peaches that were grown in Mejia, Texas.
Mexia. Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, Mexia. Yeah.
Oh.
And
So tart
we added
peaches.
roughly 100 pounds per wood barrel of peaches to each one. And this was an employee-only
100 pounds and
Christmas
30 gallons.
present
Yeah.
that came out. But we'll be doing a full Bishop's Barrel release of this eventually. So we're really excited. These are just these are the used Chardonnay barrels that we'll be working with. So we just freshly emptied Bishop's Barrel 19 from these barrels.
Oh.
So that was actually packaged yesterday, 2 days ago.
So we can see some 19s rolling out soon.
Around November-ish.
Nice. What was coming out of those barrels? What can we expect in the 19 bottles?
Can we tell them, Doug?
I think we can. I've been talking about it, been selling it.
Yeah, so Bishop's Barrel 19, if you had the chance to try our BB12, BB12 was our Christmas ale,
some BB12.
aged in
Yes.
Sauvignon Blanc barrels with sour cherries and Brettanomyces. The beer aged in the barrels for roughly 22 months, so almost 2 years. This one was roughly the same time span, so I think we racked them in December of 2015, so it's spent quite a lot of time in the barrels, so very similar. The major difference here is that we're using Chardonnay barrels instead of Sauvignon Blanc.
Nice. Should the Chardonnay, are they going to add just like a lighter fruitiness, or what do you expect to get off of them?
Yeah, so the Chardonnay, I think for us, it kind of brings out this bright, like white wine character. For me, I get kind of, I don't know, Chardonnay definitely tends to have this sort of buttery, not in a diacetyl way, but a sort of kind of buttery wine-like flavor that I really like, especially with our Christmas ale. I think it just kind of really works well with the beer. And we also kind of employed some new techniques for barreling. So we were working with some new sort of breathable bungs, and I think we're going to get a much sort of cleaner fruit flavor with this beer, which is really cool. So the cherries in this beer, the BB19, are just, they really, really pop. It's almost like fleshy cherry fruit up front. And then, of course,
awesome.
you get the Brettanomyces and, of course, all the other components of Christmas ale with it. So it's, yeah, I'm
My
really,
mouth's
really
watering right
looking
now.
forward to it.
I'm waiting for my
BB12 was my
six-pack.
favorite, but I think BB19 might be replacing it. So
Nice. And I think we have just a couple more minutes. Where are we moving into now? What are you doing? Where are you going, man?
well, I don't know. I'm kind of walking around. So if we have a few minutes, would you rather see the grain room or maybe the barrel room?
I'm thinking barrel
What do you
hall,
think?
maybe.
Barrel hall? Doug says barrel hall, man. Let's
Okay.
see what's going on here. Let's check this out.
Okay. I'm going to open this magic door here.
Uh-oh. This is like Oompa Loompas gonna come
It actually
running
worked.
out. Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you use did he clap? No. Oh,
It's automated.
that's still cool. You just kind of walk up to it and roll in.
All right.
It never works for
Here
me,
we
though.
go.
Dude, this is crazy. Like, we're walking through the back halls of St. Arnold's right
Yes,
now. This
absolutely.
is awesome.
I'm still waiting to go up there.
Oh, you're not even allowed in?
They just cut me off from all the good stuff.
Oh, nice. Those doors never open
Exactly.
for you. Oh, man. Let's just go back there. Let's take a bunch of beer up there, and let's just go back there
That's
next
right.
time. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
Road trip.
Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, we could have some fun in this area. Dude, so this facility is massive.
Absolutely.
Absolutely massive. And what are we talking? 21 years now? 20.
23. We just had our 23rd anniversary.
Holy gee, 23 years old. Yeah. And y'all have just taken over this entire building.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing to walk around there and see everything that we have, and now we're ready for expansion.
Oh, more room needed.
Yeah, we're building a beer garden right across the street from where we're at now, so we're going to have more room for people to play and come out and enjoy our beers.
That's awesome. They don't have to sit here and watch Colin talk to some hacks on his system. They can go across the street and go relax and watch the game.
That's right. Have a fresh 5 o'clock pills or art car, whatever you want.
Nice. Oh, dude, that's a lot of barrels. That is a lot of barrels.
So it's kind of empty in this room right now because we kind of crunched everything in so that we could rack out of the BB19. So pretty soon we'll be putting another bourbon barrel beer. So we kind of split the room here. You see on the right we have our kind of bourbon whiskey barrel aged beers, and then on the left, these beers are all of our wine barrel aged beers, and we typically have more here, but we had just racked out of BB19. The ones that you see now, if you ever had the chance to try our Belgian Double, so this was an Icon Red several years ago. We ended up putting it into red wine barrels and added Brettanomyces to it, and found that it was just this really cool beer that none of us had really experienced before. It was almost like drinking a Flanders Red, but without all the kind of acetic notes that you tend to get. So it was just this really cool, clean Brett beer that was just really, really drinkable. And so we're doing this beer again. This was Bishop's Barrel 16, and then this will be another Bishop's Barrel release.
I still have some 16s.
I have some at home too.
Nice. Well,
16 was also one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Dude, Colin, this is so exciting. But sadly, I think we're out of time.
Okay.
We've been told to wrap up.
We have taken up the studio for so long. Oh, it makes me so sad, dude. I just want to I want to Skype Colin more and just follow you along and watch more of this.
Put a GoPro on him as he walks around.
Oh, let's totally do that. Yeah, let's tag you. Dude, Colin, thank you so much for giving us a tour of the brewery, like back rooms.
Yeah.
This is freaking
Absolutely.
awesome, dude.
Yeah, thanks,
it was
Colin.
my pleasure.
Thanks, Colin, for doing this for us. I really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
So does Ben and the guys over
Oh,
here.
geez, yes. Well, you never make it out of town, right? We're always stuck up here, so we never get to go play. But, man, this is so exciting, and I can't wait to do some more drinking tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we're going to do free samples
Yes.
while we're here. So if you're watching us now, you've seen where it's made with Colin. Now come down here, and we're going to drink it in studio.
That's right.
And then after we're done here, we're going over to do the verticals of Pumpkinator.
Pumpkinator, yeah, that should be okay,
Oh,
right? That'd
boy.
be delicious.
This is going to be a night of drinking.
I better get my Uber ready now.
Good luck, guys.
Right. Dude, Colin, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night, man. Hopefully you get some more drinks.
Oh, I'm at the brewery. I will definitely get some more drinks.
Nice, man. Nice. All right, and we'll come down and visit, man. I'll see you soon.
Definitely. Sounds great.
Right on, man. And to you guys, thank you for joining us again for Free Beer Friday. Come down, drink with us here. Come hang out with us back at the Bearded Monk. We're a block away, and we'll do some more drinking and partying. And it's the kickoff to North Texas Beer Week.
That's right.
So this is going to get crazier. Yeah.
Enjoy the cold weather and some Pumpkinator.
There you go. Warm up with some pumpkin.
That's right.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And we'll see you next week on the next Free Beer Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.